Have you ever wondered how to prepare healthy food that actually tastes good? Well, stay tuned while Avita Tizano, Brenda Kemp, and yours truly, Nice Collins, show you just how to do it and give you a taste of paradise.
My name is Brenda Kemp.
And my name is Avita Tizano. Thank you for joining us today.
Our program today is going to be all about salad dressings. So, Evita, you and I both love salads, don't we?
Yes, we love salads, but our choices are limited because of the different salad dressings. The commercial salad dressings have different ingredients that we don't eat. So we have to make our own.
So today we're going to make 3 different salad dressings. Our first one we're going to make is a raw vegan Caesar salad dressing. Evita, why don't you tell them what the ingredients are?
The ingredients are 3/4 cup of cashews, 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast flakes, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, juice of 2 lemons, 3 pitted dates, 1 teaspoon of kelp granules, 3/4 cup of water, and 2 large stalks of celery, chopped.
Okay, now that we know our ingredients, let's begin. We're going to take our Vitamix, and then we're going to take our cashews, add those. We'll add some
Cashews,
salt.
yeah, the cashews makes it creamy.
Let's put in some water. We're just going to dump everything in the Vitamix and blend it.
Very simple recipe.
You know, with this being a Caesar dressing, I can't ever eat the Caesar dressings that are conventional because they have anchovies. And being vegan, we know we can't have anchovies.
Exactly. So we use the kelp powder that gives it that kind of fishy taste.
Last, we're going to add our dates.
And lemon
Lastly,
juice.
our lemon juice. Okay, we're just going to give this a whirl with the blender.
Yes. I think it's right.
Okay, I think that does it. Okay. Gonna pour it in. Let's see, make sure we get it all. Perfect.
Wonderful.
And there you have it. Raw Caesar salad dressing.
Now, the next one we're going to do is ranch dressing. You know, everybody loves ranch dressing. And the ingredients for the ranch dressing, 1 1/2 cup of raw cashews soaked for 1 to 2 hours, 3/4 to 1 cup of filtered water, 1/3 cup of lemon juice, 1/3 cup of extra virgin olive oil, 1 soaked date, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 3 teaspoons of onion powder. You will also need 1 teaspoon of sea salt, 1/2 teaspoon of basil, 1/4 cup of parsley minced, and 1/2 teaspoon of dill, and it's optional.
So let's begin our recipe. We're going to take our cashews and add them to our Vitamix.
And again, these are raw cashews, not roasted.
Let's take our lemon juice. We'll go ahead and add our 2 garlics. Add our salt, our fresh basil, garlic powder,
Onion powder.
onion powder, adding our olive oil,
And the water.
we'll add our water,
Last but not least,
adding our date.
Nature's Candy. And this was for the soak date.
Okay, that's it.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to give this a whirl and blend it until it's smooth.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to stop and we're going to add our parsley
And our dill weed.
and our dill weed. And we're going to blend again.
That's good.
And let's get a bowl.
Wow. I love ranch dressing, just like as a dipping sauce with carrots and celery.
Look at that.
Oh.
And there you have it, ranch dressing.
The next one we're going to do is avocado dill dressing. And I love avocados. And the ingredients for that is 1 medium avocado, 1 teaspoon of dill, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1/4 cup of lemon juice, 2 cloves of garlic, 1/4 cup of onions chopped, 1 teaspoon of mineral salt, 2 cups of water, and 4 tablespoons of pure maple syrup.
Now that we know our ingredients for the avocado dressing, let's make our dressing.
Yes, avocado.
And Vita, let me get you to cut the avocado while I'm
Yes.
mixing the ingredients.
My favorite.
Okay, we're adding our onions. These salad dressing recipes are so healthy.
And so simple, too.
Exactly. Our garlic. We're going to add our salt. Our dill. Our olive oil. Our maple syrup. And our avocados. And our water. And we're going to give it a whirl.
Yes. Let me get the bowl. We'll bring in all the different salads. This looks good, Brenda.
We don't have a bowl for this.
Yes, we do. And let's use this bowl for the avocado dressing.
Okay.
Yummy.
Look at your fabulous options for salad dressing. And there you have it, avocado dill, ranch, and Caesar.
What is for dinner? Or AKA, what's for dinner? Have you heard that like 1,000,001 times and you're like, I don't know, maybe something. Maybe we should put something together. I'm not sure. Maybe we go to freezer, pull something out, beep, 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 and and it's done. And so this is like the biggest question in like anywhere in the world. What is for dinner? And our goal here today is to give you something better for dinner, a little taste of Eden. And I want to encourage you to give it a try because many times we do have dinners lined up, but sometimes those dinners are a little overwhelming. And we wonder why that, so many blessings are there is because maybe sometimes we are eating a little late at night. Now, in our program, we encourage people to follow healthful habits, to find a balance in some things, stay away from things that are no good for you, but things that are good, be moderate in it. But also what we find key is how we eat what we eat. And so this is a crucial item, so get your pens and papers ready, because when we look at dinner today, we're going to share how we need to just switch it up a little bit. We know the old saying, you should eat breakfast as a what? As a king or queen. You should eat lunch as a what? As a prince or princess. And you should eat dinner as a pauper, is what they say, or a poor person. Well, did you know that quite a bit of poor people don't even eat at nighttime? And you may think that, they're just missing out, but that could be a blessing in disguise. Why? Digestion or metabolism, everybody's trying to get you to speed up your metabolism, eat better, eat this, eat that, and, speed it all up. Well, that may not always be the best thing. If we just don't do the things that actually slow down our digestion, then metabolism will just work normally, and it'll work fine. We were wonderfully made. And so if we just follow that manual that the author has given us, and the author of this body is God, then more than likely you will find great benefit. And what I mean by that, sometimes he encourages us to probably eat a little less. Many times we eat 5 or 6 meals a day when we should try our best to stick to maybe 2 or 3 times a day. I remember this old story. People are like, what? 2 times a day? Are you trying to kill me or something like that? But I remember a little story in the Bible. It was my buddy Elijah. He was out in the wilderness. He was hungry. He was tired. He was like, Lord, give me some food to eat. And the Lord did feed him. He sent the ravens, and they came, and they dropped off some food. But how many times did he send it? Twice. And I was like, wow. But does it say that Elijah grew a little, he got a little peckish in the evening, and so as a result, the Lord sent him a parrot to drop off some grapes? No, I didn't read that, and hopefully your translation doesn't say that, because that is not a good thing. And so what we find is that he encouraged like a 2 meal a day, and many times even the Israelites followed what? The children of Israel, they followed a 2 meal a day plan. But it may not be for everybody. And what we read is that it says that, sometimes we can have 3 meals, but the 3rd meal must be very light and very simple so that when we lie down to rest, our whole body can rest at the same time. Why is our bodies not resting at the same time? Because maybe we had too much for dinner, we ate too much, and watch this, even though you may be sleeping, your stomach is still working, the digestive system is still working. Now, that's not fair that you could sleep, but the rest of the body is still working. Let everybody enjoy the rest. And so we find that it may not be the best thing to eat right before bedtime. Now, real quick, just a little disclaimer for anybody. If your doctor said, look, you're a diabetic, you're in a bad situation, and I need you to eat this at this time, then follow that instructions. But also start to take care of yourself so you can slowly but surely get away from that situation or that ailment. Okay? So what we find is that we want to try to eat lighter. Many times, if you have those nightmares, a lot of people say, man, I have nightmares and I have unpleasant dreams and stuff like that. Why is that? Well, more than likely it's because we've eaten too late at night. And so what I would encourage people to do is slowly but surely lighten up on that. And so what's for dinner? We're going to give you something that is light, helpful. What are some foods we also have to ask that digest faster than others? And we all know them. Fruits. Fruits is an item that goes through the system quite rapidly, and you already know that because I remember we did a special program, if you just have fruits for breakfast, what's going to happen in about an hour or 2 maximum? You're going to get what? Hungry again. So that lets you know that thing passed through digestion. So that's why fruits only for breakfast is not sufficient. That's why you need fruits and grains and some kind of a natural nut or fat. Now, I know you all remember that when we did our little menu planning tip there, but always remember 3 parts to every meal: something fresh, some kind of a whole grain and some kind of a natural fat, which means like a handful of nut or something of that nature. So let's go back to the tip that fruits digest fast. So if we are going to have dinner, then what should we have for dinner? Maybe something light like a fruit salad or something of that nature. But sometimes people are used to using something a little heavier. And so it does share with us that maybe we can have fruits or maybe a toast or something, but no fats. No fats at all. Why? Because those fats take what? Longer to digest, 3, 4, 5 hours. If you notice for breakfast, if you have fruits and grains, so fruits, you'll be hungry in about an hour. If you have fruits and some kind of a grain, bread or something like that, you'll be hungry in what? Maybe 2 hours. So that lets you know, 2 or 3 hours, so that lets you know it digests faster. But when you have that handful of nuts, you notice you don't have to eat for 4, 5, 6 hours. Why is that? Because fats take longer to digest. So we're going to make something really good, something close to home, for you all who would like to have a nice little dinner, sit around the table in the VIP room. You all remember what the VIP room is? It is the kitchen. It's the dining area. This is where families make it or break it. So use it if you can. But we're going to make one that everybody loves, and it's one of our favorite, is the tasty peach cobbler. So go ahead, get your pens and pencils. I'm going to give you the recipe real quick. Peach crisp. And it is 1 can of white grape or peach juice concentrate. Either one is fine. 1/2 cup of water, 8 cups of peaches, peeled and sliced, 1 1/2 cup of whole pastry flour, 1 1/2 cup of quick cooking oats, and 1/2 cup of ground flaxseed or wheat germ, 1 1/2 tablespoon of cornstarch, 2/3 cup of unsweetened coconut, 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt, and 1/2 cup of oil. Okay, that should be simple, easy for you all to go ahead and put together. It's a quick item that we can dish up. What you want to do is you want to take some of those ingredients that we just mentioned there. You want to put them in the pot as well, with the cornstarch, the grape juice concentrate, or you can find peach, whichever one you find. And also for the peaches as well. If you only have like the fresh ones, then use that. If you have only the frozen ones, you can use that as well. Just here's the key to doing recipes. Never, never, never stop a recipe because you are missing an ingredient. Just improvise. Do this or do that and work your way around it. So we've taken some of those items, the grape juice concentrate there. We took the salt as well, and we went ahead with that oil and we put it in the pot, but because of time we didn't have a chance to do that, or we went ahead and did it in advance. We put it in the pot and we mixed it up till it's nice and thick, okay? So you'll be able to see that here. We poured it out the pot there until it's nice and thick. So you see that? Fantastic. This is excellent. This is going to be a nice binder for us here. And we're going to take that now and we're going to pour it over the peaches that we have laid out here. A matter of fact, even though we mentioned, I'm going to pour that over now. Even though we had mentioned that you should peel them, you know what's pretty cool? If you get like fresh ones, right? If you get fresh ones and you wash it properly, don't peel it, okay? Or just give it a try. The coolest thing is when it starts to get wet, the color of the skin starts to like turn on you, and it gives you that like purplish, like orangey. It's a really beautiful, beautiful color that you will see there. Now we're gonna make the items that go on top, the little crisp, okay? Even though it's a cobbler, crisp, you name it. We're going to go ahead and put the rest of those ingredients into the bowl here, the mixing bowl. And we also, you notice we put the pastry flour, but we put wheat germ. Now, wheat germ or flaxseed. Let me just mention something about that real quick. Either one is fine, but the flaxseed, of course, you're not going to go ahead and put those in whole, because they go in whole, but at the same time, they'll probably come out whole too. Y'all know what I mean? We're trying to cook here, so I don't want to talk about the number 2 in the bathroom. But so what you need to do is you need to grind those up, all right? So it becomes into like a little flour, just like how you saw that wheat germ. You can use that. That is fantastic. A matter of fact, people who are dealing with like stomach ailments, inflammation, and different problems like that, flaxseed works very well for that. And for those who are having a problem, you know, a little stuck, you know what I'm talking about, when they haven't gone to that restroom for several days and stuff, you know, I don't need to explain anymore, and they're a little stuck, then flaxseed works because it works as like a natural, not like laxative, but it kind of softens things up because things are stuck, like I said. But one time, here's the catch though. Be temperate in what? All things, even in the things that are good, but the things that are probably not good, you don't have to be tempered in those. Just don't use it. So one of our clients, she was like, oh, flaxseed is so good, and she couldn't wait to use it, and she started putting it in her breakfast. She started putting, you see, normally we recommend 2 tablespoons. She put 2 tablespoons for breakfast, 2 tablespoons for lunch, 2 tablespoons for dinner. She made smoothies out of it. She put it over her salad, her fruit salad, her veggie salad. Next you know, we got a call a week later. She says, do you have anything for diarrhea? So I'm like, oh my goodness. What do you mean diarrhea? She says, man, ever since I started doing this, I have to go to the bathroom all the time. I said, ma'am, are you still going crazy over those flax seeds? She says, oh, yeah. You see, you need to be temperate because it does help keep things, but when you use it too much, you find that you're going too much as well. So all we had to do, no more herbs, no more items. She just needed to pull back and be moderate in what she was using. So we recommend about 2 tablespoons. Also let your doctors know and everybody know we didn't have no flaxseed today, so what do we use? Wheat germ. Wheat germ is excellent. Why? Because it's loaded with vitamin E. Now, when we think of vitamin E, you don't have to run to the store and buy a super pill or something like that. You have it in your wheat germ. You have it in your oats. In most whole grains, it's that germ, okay? And that germ right there, vitamin E, is excellent for the what? For the skin, excellent for the heart. A matter of fact, this recipe that we're making is a heart puncher. What that means is it wakes it up real quick and gets things rolling because the peaches are excellent for the heart as well. But let me go ahead and finish this and we'll talk a little bit more about that. We have the oats also, so we'll pour those are quick oats. Let's say you're doing a recipe and you only had the regular rolled oats, no problem. Don't stop the recipe. Take those regular rolled oats and do what? Put it in a food processor, even in a blender, and just zip, zip. Just, do the little pulse, the button that we never use, or I never use. That little pulse, just pulse it once, pulse it twice, and that'll chop it up. The only difference between quick oats and regular rolled oats is that quick oats are smaller. But you notice what I said? Pulse. Do not press liquefy, because then you'll turn oats into not quick oats, but you have oat flour. Now, that's probably another recipe, but I'm sure you all don't need any oat flour today. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take that what? The unsweetened, shredded coconut there. You can mix that up. Then we'll take the salt. The key for the salt is you always want to put the salt into larger wet ingredients. So we already used the water for that, so we'll put that into the oil there and we'll mix that up. And if you don't want to, you don't have to use oil for this recipe. You go ahead and you pour that into that mixture there. All right. And the reason why we're pouring that small dry ingredient into the larger wet ingredient is so that you could get proper distribution of it. All right. Proper distribution is crucial because you don't want to be eating this beautiful cobbler and then 1 second or the next second you go ahead and you get a salty bite. That just means you didn't stir it properly. But if you go ahead and now mix it in with that wet ingredient, you'll get better distribution of it. So watch this, the oats. We all know about the oats. Oats is good for the cholesterol. So that's also good for the heart. What else we have? The coconut. Coconut is amazing. Did you know that actually coconut is good for the bones also? So a lot of times our clients who are dealing with back problems and items of that nature, of course, will say follow doctor's instructions. And what you want to try to do to help with that back, okay, you have your coconut because it has a lot of vitamins and minerals for that. But slowly but surely you want to start walking. Let your doctor know if he have you on walk restrictions, you better not be out there and walk. Do some other kind of exercise. But I also had a back problem. I used to be in gymnastics and I was flipping and playing football, and one day I messed up my back really bad, and then to put on top of that, I was in a car accident. But you know what was the best thing for me to do is to get out slowly but surely and start walking. Why? When you start walking, it starts to build up the muscles, all right? So then your back is not just leaning on the bones and stuff like that. It starts to build up those muscles. Then you have more strength. Of course, you want to change up your posture and stand up properly. And man, now I don't ever remember having any more problems with that back. So go ahead and get a little exercise. Make sure you're not on any restrictions, and go ahead and eat some coconut. But remember, moderation and temperance, all right? So now what we're going to do, we're going to pour this over our item. We're going to pour it over there on the top. You can do it evenly there. Matter of fact, once you're finished doing this and you want to maybe even put some more peaches on top, you can do so. You can put blueberries, you name it, you can put it. This here today is just to give you a little guideline, you know what I mean? Just a little foundation, and when you're making it yourself, you do it how you like it. Now what we'll do now, because it's not done yet. I know we're talking about eating fresh and stuff like that for dinner, but we don't want to be eating like raw oats and stuff like that. So you take this now, you put this in the oven, and you have the instruction there for about 50 degrees, 45 minutes or something of that nature. And then when it's nice and done, it'll be bubbling, okay? You want it to bubble over. You know that old song, fill it up and let it overflow? Well, turn up the heat and bubble it up and let it overflow. And then here's the finished product. Here you have your cobbler. Went ahead and made this a little early, so it started overflowing. It made a mess. We threw some fruits on top of that, and man, it was fantastic. We enjoyed it, and I can't wait to finish. I'm looking for my knife here. Can't wait to finish because I'm going to cut into this, and I'm going to start eating because I'm going to use this one for dinner. So if you want to know what's for dinner, you have something for dinner. Something light, something simple, and just because we're trying to go on fresh items doesn't mean we have to live like a rabbit, okay? So we can have, you know, a fresh item there. We have some whole grains as well, and that peach, man, that peach is excellent for the heart. You name the problem, peach more than likely will be helpful for it. If you don't believe, go ahead and look it up. Peaches are amazing. And so how do we get our peaches? Get them in season, of course. And then get them, if you can, for a discount. And hopefully you all live in a farm or something like that. If you don't live in a farm, go ahead and plant a tree or something of that nature. If you never planted or did any farming, just dig a hole, drop the seed or something like that. Pray over it, follow the instructions, and then let the Lord lead and do the rest. So you have your peaches, and then also you can go ahead, if you get like a big batch, you can can them as well. So in the wintertime, you can have peaches. Because they are amazing. Enjoy them, enjoy them, enjoy them. And make sure, share this now. Here's the thing. I know it's dinner time and stuff like that when you finish making it, but share it. Don't try to keep it a secret and give everybody just a little spoonful or two. Go ahead and enjoy, and watch this. As you share it, more blessings will come. Fantastic for Thanksgiving and Christmas and all the holidays, you name it. This will be good for that, and you will definitely enjoy. If you don't even want to use it for dinner, use it for dessert, use it for breakfast, or even for lunch as well. And have it and be blessed. Have you ever